G'day and welcome to Mount Coot-tha Summit Lookout here in beautiful Brisbane. Now, did you know that the Queensland capital has its own wine region? Well, that is just one of the surprises we have in store for you this week as we bring you 10 amazing things to do in Brisbane. We are going to get arty at the South Bank Cultural Precinct, fly high above South Bank on the Wheel of Brisbane, her down river to the Powerhouse, chow down at some night markets, and taste some top drops on Mount Tamborine. It's all coming up. Let's get into it.
It's full steam ahead to explore the River City. But first, take a moment to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more amazing travel ideas. Brisbane is the capital of the great state of Queensland, and it's fair to say that this city has changed beyond all recognition in recent decades. It's split right down the middle by the mighty Brisbane River, with the CBD on one side and the fabulous South Bank Parklands on the other. Our first stop is the South Bank Cultural Precinct, home to the Queensland Art Gallery and Gallery of Modern Art, jointly known as GOMA. We're catching up with the gallery's Geraldine Barlow to learn more about GOMA and what visitors to both galleries can expect.
The people of Brisbane really have a great affection for GOMA. I came up to Brisbane about 6 years ago, and something I love about it is just how passionate people are about the gallery. There's a sense that this is a gallery for the people of Brisbane, but at the same time it's a really exciting place for people to come and visit from elsewhere. And I think people have been really enjoying taking a close look, exploring the paintings, having a chat with their friends, maybe have a chat with someone you've never even met, like, what are we looking at here? What's going on?
And I asked Geraldine for her tip for a must-see in the permanent collection.
Within my area of international art, we have a really incredible early Picasso painting called La Belle Hollandaise, and it was made when he was just a young man, right between the blue and rose periods, and it shows a young woman who's naked except for her beautiful Dutch cap, and she's kind of looking quite wistfully into the distance, but it's so beautifully painted. And it's at this point where you can see the influence of other artists, but really his own style and creativity. It's an amazing treasure to have in the collection.
Entry to GOMA's permanent collection is free. There's plenty more to see and do in South Bank. The main attraction is Street's Beach, a palm-fringed swimming lagoon. Also take the opportunity to get a bird's eye view of the city on board the epic Wheel of Brisbane. Kids and big kids at heart will love this experience. It's moderately priced, air-conditioned, and offers sensational views of South Bank, the river, the CBD, and beyond. Now, taking public transport isn't generally a travel bucket list item, but the fleet of city cats that skim up and down the Brisbane River offer no ordinary commute. The views are sublime, and all you'll need to experience the beauty of Brizzy from the water is a go-kart. We head downriver to New Farm Park, home to the Brisbane Powerhouse, a repurposed tram power station that's now the city's hippest performance and exhibition space. And it has a great bar and restaurant overlooking the river. Even if you're not seeing a show, it's worth checking out this hulking, once derelict structure, which still bears the scars of decades of abandonment. It's time to explore the CBD, and the best way to do that is on foot. Download a free self-guided walking tour itinerary and map from the City of Brisbane website. We're doing the Contemporary Art and Architecture Walk, which reveals lots of hidden surprises that most visitors would probably otherwise miss. This walk takes around 2 hours to do at a leisurely pace. Situated on King George Square, neoclassical City Hall is one of Brisbane's finest period buildings. It's home to the Museum of Brisbane, which is dedicated to showcasing the city's history. We're keen to learn more about City Hall, and tour guide Brian is just the man to speak to.
The building we're in now is actually the third attempt. There were plans to build here in the 1880s, nothing came of that. Another set of plans in 1909. That wasn't built either. So the building we're in really started in 1920, and when it opened in 1930, this was the second most expensive public project in the country. Only Sydney Harbour Bridge cost more money at the time. So we're standing in what at the time was a £977,000 building, which means nothing today in terms of inflation and wages and the rest. But at the time, a working class family could buy a house in Brisbane for £300. So this was an incredibly expensive and controversial building until it opened to the public. All that criticism seemed to die away after that.
You've seen it up close, now get an epic view of the city from the Mount Coot-tha Summit Lookout. Surrounded by the Mount Coot-tha Forest with its many walking trails, the summit can be reached by bus from the CBD, so whip out that go-kart. If you're feeling peckish, the Summit Cafe serves light meals and refreshments. After a full day of sightseeing, you'll definitely have worked up an appetite. So head downriver by Citycat to eat Street Northshore, which has repurposed a disused wharf and around 180 shipping containers to create a culinary world village. This is one of Brisbane's most popular and relaxed dining experiences. Round off your evening with a sweet treat. Brisbane offers plenty of amazing day trip options, but here are two of our faves. Lone Pine Koala Sanctuary is located 15 kilometres west of the CBD, and the easiest way to get there is on board the famous Koala Cruise along the Brisbane River with Mirimar Cruises. The cruise departs from the Cultural Centre Public Pontoon at South Bank. You'll enjoy entertaining and informative commentary on points of interest along the way, and get a squiz at the multi-million-dollar homes located upriver. On arrival at Lone Pine, you'll have around 3 hours to explore before your return cruise to the CBD. The sanctuary houses around 130 koalas, and the on-site Brisbane Koala Science Institute undertakes vital research to aid in the conservation of the species. And finally, it may not be as well known as its southern counterparts, but stunning Mount Tamborine in the Gold Coast hinterland harbours a thriving winemaking industry. We're joining the Vino Bus on their popular daily wine tour to the region from Brisbane. The drive from the CBD takes around an hour, and we're soon pulling up at our first stop, the characterful Tamborine Mountain Distillery. We get to try their signature drop before choosing 2 other flavoured liqueurs to sample. On to fabulous Witches Falls Winery, where the cellar door is surrounded by lush gardens. With the winter sun shining, we head outdoors for our guided tasting and the unexpected appearance of a platter of local cheeses. Witches Falls wines are finely nuanced, and the bar is set high for the rest of the day. From there, it's just a few minutes' drive to the picturesque Cedar Creek Estate, where we enjoy another tasting and our included 2-course lunch, which encompasses a number of menu choices. We take a break from sipping and supping to drink in the incredible views of the hinterland before heading to our final stop, Mason Wines. That bar was high, but Mason's easily made the grade. For more ideas for amazing things to do in Brisbane, just head to our website.